Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back. My name is Alex and today we're talking about Gotham Knights and what is next for the game. Now it's been almost 2 months since the game came out and a lot of people like the game, a lot of people hate the game. There's not a whole lot of people in the middle, most people are either on one side or the other. And if you ask me, this game got way too much undeserved hate, and sure, the game ain't perfect, but when one of the biggest criticisms of the game is that it breaks the Arkham, combat formula, you kind of lose a lot of points with me because the game wasn't supposed to be an Arkham game, but that is a tangent for a whole nother video. So the game launched, had a lot of mixed reactions, and then about 2 weeks ago we got the heroic assault mode. And if you ask me if I think the game is better off with the heroic assault mode, I would say no. The mode is okay to go through, once or twice, but anything after that is literally a slog. Now the solution to this problem is pretty simple. They just need to add level 60 enemies into the open world, and everything will just go back to normal. I'm not like a game developer, so I'm not entirely sure how hard that would be to implement, but that's the fix. That's what they need to do. But all in all, the mode is okay. It's good to do once or twice, but any more than that is that's a big no-no. And I have to be somewhere in between, like 50 and 100 runs with the doing floor 30. So I ran that thing a lot. It's pretty boring. We need somewhere else to get our max level gear, or at the least give us a place where we can go use our level 60 gear and actually fight enemies where they don't die in like 1 to 2 hits. So we got the base game, we got heroic assault, and we have heard zero from WB Montreal. Nothing. And this game isn't a live service game, so there is a shelf life on the support for this game. And as of right now, if I'm just gonna guess, I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna hear anything back from these guys, substantial. Now I do think that we might get like a patch or two in between that time to maybe address some of the issues we have in the game right now. But as far as anything big, anything like a DLC pack or anything like that, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And if they are working on DLC, if you've been noticing how the promotion for this game has been going, they have been radio silent on everything until maybe like the day before it releases. So if they are working on something, we're not going to know it until the very last moment. And on top of that, we're in that time of the year where everybody's going on vacation. So I would say for the people who are still playing the game like myself, I still play this game, not as much as I used to, but at least like, 30 minutes to an hour every day. I just run around the farm some. For the people who still playing the game, I would just temper your expectations and don't expect to hear a whole lot about this game. What we have right now is what we're going to be playing for a good little minute. And even though this game did get a whole lot of negative press at release, I do think we might actually get a DLC for this game, because if you look at reviews, like user reviews on like Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, all the reviews from the people who actually played the game for more than like 10 hours, they actually got to the end game, they actually got to New Game Plus. Most people who actually played the game and gave it a chance kind of enjoyed it, which is kind of crazy, because if you watch the reviews, listen to some of these quote unquote top game journalists, a lot of people say the game was just trash and terrible. But jobs like that are always kind of difficult, because you kind of want to run through a game really quick just so you can move on to the next game. But with Gotham Knights, this game starts off so slow and you don't really unlock the full potential of the game until later on. I would say you don't really get the full game until New Game Plus. And I will say that is a pretty big hit on the game, that the game doesn't open up until way later. So the game absolutely has a pacing issue, but it is what it is. If you stick around, the game is actually pretty good. So for the people like myself who are still playing the game, and if you're like me, when I play a game, I play 1 to 2 games max, and I beat the hell out those games before I move on to something else. And I think Gotham Knights is hitting that point, because there's nothing to do in the game and I've pretty much exhausted everything. So if you're like me, this might be a good time to pull back from the game some, start playing some other games. I know Witcher 3 has a pretty big update coming out, even for PC. They're adding like a whole bunch of updated features. We got the Suicide Squad game coming out, but that's like next year. We also just had an update for Sifu. I'm not entirely sure if you guys play that game, but that game's pretty dope. And there was also just an update for Elden Ring. So all the games I've played this year, they all got updates, but ideally I would like to play like a new game. So if there's any games you guys are, taking a break from Gotham Knights and playing, let me know in the comments, because I need something else to play. I'm so bored. And I've also been kind of eyeballing the Marvel's Avengers game. I've only played maybe like 2 hours of that game, but Gotham Knights got compared to that game a lot, and I'm kind of curious to see what was actually in that game. So I might try that out. Let me know if I should try that out in the comments below, because it seems like it's okay. At least the story mode seems okay. I don't know about the multiplayer, but you know, we shall see. So if you're still enjoying the game, if you haven't quite hit the end game, you know, take your time, pace yourself, because what we have now is pretty much what we're going to have for a while. And I will say that I do have a feeling that they might surprise us coming down the road with some type of DLC. I don't know when it is, but I don't think the game did as bad as many people think it did. I don't know if it did well enough to, you know, greenlight a sequel or anything like that, but those numbers and stuff should be out here relatively soon to see, you know, how the game sold. And I will absolutely still be playing Gotham Knights. I'll still be making builds. I gotta go through Nightwing and try to make some really good buster builds with that guy because he's my least played character at the moment. And that's all I got for you guys today, man. Let me know what other games you guys are playing while Gotham Knights is kind of like, you know, in a cool down state at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that shenanigans down below. And I shall catch you next time. Peace.